Greetings everyone, welcome back to the woods. It's amazing the difference that a week makes. The bluebells have almost gone now. At the moment I'm not alone in the woods. There's someone about 50 yards away who's cutting up some trees, so you might find, as I said, you'll hear his chainsaw occasionally. I didn't show putting up the shelter because as soon as I got here it started raining. So I put up a tarp just quickly to get some shelter for all the gear. And I'm waiting for this chap to finish doing his chainsawing. But in the meantime I thought I'll have a proper cup of tea. I got a couple of new pieces of kit this week. I bought this before that company sent me that other Love Bob stove. It's just a simple OEX one. And it's a folding stove. So the little pot gimbals come out. The little pot gimbals come out and the legs all fold out. And then you connect it onto one of these little gas cylinders. This one's a jet boil one. And the other thing that's new, I don't think I've shown you this before, this is a fire maple pot and kettle kit. So you open it up and it has a little kettle. So I'm going to use that to make my cup of tea. I'll use the pot later. It all locks together nicely with this little clip thing. So there you go. So we'll have a crack at that. That's quite good, isn't it? That's like a shuttle jet engine. Amazing. But that's quick. I understand that the sales of these little outlery sets has increased by one. Someone said that they bought one, having seen it on the video, which is great. I think it's a brilliant little set. Aha! Time for tea. I've just come up with another ingenious use for those wind protectors. You know, those silver things that I've used in the past to reflect the heat. I know what they are, as they're actually wind protectors for those little alcohol burners, but never mind. So this is some little bits of hazel. Just come to use my little axe, and it's a bit dull, so I'm just going to nip the blade up. I've got one of these Lansky pucks, so I'm just going to nip it up. It's got a fine side and a coarse side. No, that's much better. There you go. It's a rain hat for the fire. Should keep most of the water off it. That should keep the majority of the rain off the fire. Would have been better if I'd have had 2 of those, but I thought I'd brought 2, but I didn't. Never mind. It's certainly coming down now. A cracking piece of news. Well done, everyone. The channel's just reached 450 subscribers, which is fantastic. It's been going since October last year. So what's that? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Less than 8 months and 450 subscribers. So thank you very much to everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, because the more the merrier. Everything's always better with a fire. Get that established and then get some oak on it. It's interesting, the wind is blowing it towards the left-hand poles of the little rain hat. So once it gets established, I'll move the fire over towards the right-hand side, because I can move it right over with the way the wind's blowing. And I'm only going to have a small fire, so it should be fine. So this is camp. As you can see, it's just finished raining, or it's just finishing raining. So the Met Office were right eventually. And this is home for tonight and tomorrow night. So I'm going to sleep out under the tarp tonight. I have brought the mock hammock with me because I was going to use that, but I think it's not supposed to rain now for a week or so. So I'm going to stay out under the tarp. And as you can see, my fire is still going. You can see that where the tarp stops, that little fire roof starts, and it seems to have kept the majority of the rain off the fire, so it's worked well. And all it is one of those wind guards that you put around an alcohol stove, and I use them as fire reflectors. I now also use them as a roof for the fire. There's still a few drops of rain coming down, but I think that's basically what's on the leaves up on the trees. But anyway, I think I've had 3 or 4 cups of Yorkshire tea, so I thought it was time for an afternoon tea. Cheers. Oh, just as wet as outside. Well, it's cooking time. Start warming up the griddle pan. think I need a bigger cast iron. Let's put this back here. Keep going there. Put that up there. Put that there. Now, if that isn't a bushcraft mixed grill, I'll eat my hat. And I don't say that lightly. A little pinch of salt. Sip of beer. There's wind blowing, so I can't light the candelabra again. And let dining begin. Oh, where do I start? I'll bring you over and you can have a look. Where do you begin? A bit of sausage, I think. With a bit of potato. Some of this, these yolks are just amazing. They're apparently from some sort of leghorn chicken. A spot of mushroom. Okay, on to something else. Where do I start? This is a wingtip rib steak, apparently. A little bit pink in the middle. So, put a piece of potato and a little piece of onion on that. And some of that yolk. Oh, look at that. Just fantastic. Let's move these porks out of the way so I can have a go at the lamb. Now, some people say that these are supposed to be pink. Well, good luck with that when you're trying to do everything else. Lovely. What a fantastic meal. Right, I'm going to leave you now and I'm going to eat it. I'll see you in a bit. Well, as you may have guessed, my appetite has been sufficiently taken care of. Most of that was really good. The pork chops were terrible. Those pork medallions, they were like, I could have repaired shoes with them. But the star of the show, strangely, where I'd crisped up the edge of those lamb cutlets, the fat skin that was on those was divine. It was really nice. And I've never had a rib tip steak before. And so that was quite interesting. It wasn't, it was a little bit too well done for me. But it was trying to bring everything else together, which just sent it that little bit over. But I'm now going to get smoked out because the wind keeps doing this. I've moved the table over there, I've moved it over there, I've moved it over there. and the wind changes. That's camping. But no, on the whole, really tasty. Really tasty. I'm going to relax now, because I'm a bit hot and a bit full. And I still haven't made my bed yet. So this is my accommodation for this evening. I've got a blanket to go over the top because there's going to be a dew overnight, and I don't want it to be going on the sleeping bag. I also don't want any of these sparks going on there either. So I might just curl that all up for a minute. Well, that was definitely a day of two halves. It yacked down after about, I think I was here for 20 minutes before it started yakking down. I had to rush to get the tarp up. And then it's just been a slow progress throughout the day. But the sun did come out, which was, it was lovely evening. And you saw I visited the Bushcraft Bistro again and had that mixed grill, which was, for the most part, very good. Not sure about those pork medallions, but anyway, there you go. This is my bedroom for the night. I've got a few twinkly lights. And then I'm sleeping just on the floor. I've got the amok mat because that was what I was planning on. I was planning on sleeping in the amok hammock, but I think it's going to be such a nice night that it seemed a shame to waste it. So there's the usual paraphernalia, and we've got the usual end of the fire. Oh, these lovely coals. I've also filled my hot water bottle. If I'm too hot, then I just pop it out the bed. But this way I can pretty much guarantee I'm not going to be cold. So I've got one last cup of tea before bed, and I'll see you in the morning. Now I am here tomorrow night, so a bit of a breakfast going on in the morning. So I hope you'll join me. Apart from that, good night. Good morning, everyone. Cracking night's sleep, really nice. Woke up very early. It's amazing how light it gets so early now. I think it must have been about 4:15 that it started getting light. But had a nice lie-in till about 8:30, something like that. Still not very hungry after that mixed grill last night, so I think breakfast is going to be a bit of a brunch. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my hand at carving some kitchen utensils. So I found a suitable donor, and I'm going to chop that up, and I'll show you it. Now the chainsaw is working again today, so what I'll probably do is put some music to it so that you can watch me carving it, and go from there. sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. I just notched out this bit. I was just trying to tap it with the axe, and it fell apart. So I have to go back to the drawing board and start again, which is a shame because that was shaping up quite nicely. Never mind. So that was the first one, which disaster. Handle broke off. And this is where I'm at the moment. So I'm just roughing it out, and then hopefully we get to use the spoon gouge in a minute. So I'll bring you back in a little bit. Right, this is where I'm at the moment. So it's roughed out. And now time for the spoon gouge. These are cut resistant gloves, which is a really good idea. The first spoon I carved about 6 or 7 months ago. I nipped myself and ended up bleeding all over the place. You can see how that works. I'll bring you back in a bit. Et voila! It's not bad, is it? Certainly contributed to the mess on the forest floor. I'll put that on the fire a bit later. I mentioned last night that the channel had just got 450 subscribers, which is fantastic. We've also just been listed on FeedSpot, which is a website where they have the top 60 camping videos or camping video channels, and shadow camping is currently ranked at 26, which is 25 behind Joe Robinet, and he's been doing it for 10 years or so. So I think that's a thumbs up and a thank you very much again to all of you. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It'd be great to hit 500 and then on to 1,000 and hopefully on from there. I'm going to be cooking a beef casserole this evening. It's a beef in ale. It's a very similar process to the lamb shanks, but it doesn't take as long, and there's not as much of the other faffing around either. I did try the recipe the other day, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's certainly a brilliant one-pot meal. Well, the sun seems to have gone in about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I thought, Cheers. Lovely. This is the view outside the wood. And this was a victim of Storm Eunice, I think it was. Big old oak tree. The trunk's got to be 3 feet in diameter. That tree must be about 300 or 400 years old. That was hot. Just looking forward to another lovely meal at the Bushcraft Bistro. Can't wait. Well, I can tell you, this one's been a long time waiting for. I'm absolutely famished. I didn't have any breakfast because of the enormous tea last night. So we've got smashed baby new potatoes, this beef and mushroom and ale casserole, baby cauliflower heads, baby carrots, chantilly carrots, and green beans. I'm not going to tell you how it tastes. I want to, but why don't you leave something in the comments? You see whether you're anywhere near. I can't help myself, it was worth waiting for. It's delicious. Fantastic. This bit, unfortunately, was missed out from yesterday because I was too stuffed after that mixed grill. But this is a goo, or jus, wild strawberry and clotted cream cheesecake. They were reduced. Ooh, it's rather pleasant, doesn't it? Very summery. In fact, it's a bit like a cream tea. Good morning, everyone. Lovely night's sleep, really nice. Woke up a couple of times, but straight back to sleep again. My oldest daughter is coming out for breakfast this morning, so I've lit the fire and I'm just now rushing around tidying up, making sure that everything's ready for her arrival. So I'll bring you back when I'm cooking breakfast. Starting out with the usual suspects. Going on with the secret bushcraft breakfast ingredient, tater tots. They're basically hash browns, but they've got some garlic powder and onion salt powder in them, so they have a really nice flavour to them. And it does add a little something to a breakfast out in the woods. Getting bigger. This might end up being a 7-item or more. Right, we're ready. Time to plate up. What to do first? A chainsaw. A few of these little nuggets of loveliness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bushcraft Bistro. Here this morning with my daughter Megan. And just about to have a rather fantastic full English, or as much of a full English as I could get on that griddle. I do have another one, so perhaps next time I'll try it with another one. Anyway, in the meantime, bon appetit. Not being content with being stuffed with an enormous breakfast, I've got pudding as well. Oh. Well, unfortunately for this week, that was the last meal that the Bushcraft Bistro is serving this week. However, I'm reliably informed by Chef Richard that it will be reopened next week for some other sort of delicacy or banquet. We're just about to pack up now, so we're going to get about that and make sure that there's no trace of us being here, or me being here. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I really hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.